Hello, Pocatello. I'm Mayor Mark Dahlquist. The Center Street Underpass is a vital link between historic downtown Pocatello and the city's east side. Originally constructed in 1934, the underpass is now over 90 years old. It's no secret that it's been showing signs of serious aging, including sidewalks separating from the rest of the structure, unstable retaining walls, drainage issues, crumbling concrete, and more. We need to fix what we started and get the underpass fixed once and for all. Closing the underpass for an extended period of time is an inconvenience. I get it. My former office was in historic downtown Pocatello, and I used the underpass every day for nearly 2 decades. When the underpass was closed in 2024 for that extended period of time, I had to take an alternative route. It added extra time and hassle to my schedule. I can relate to any pain you're feeling. Now I'd like to turn some time over to our Public Works Director, Tom Kirkman. Tom's here to share some challenges and give you an update and provide you with a little bit more detail. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm happy to be here today. We're going to take a little tour of the job site. We're going to look at some of the challenges that we've been facing and some of the progress that we're making.
Okay, let's go.
All right, as we take a tour of the work site, we're going to explain some of the processes and show some of the progress we made. As you can see over here, we've removed the retaining wall and the sidewalks, and they're currently putting this retaining wall back in, and the sidewalks will follow. So as we get down closer to the bridge, you can see those big pieces of iron sticking out of the ground. Those are called soldier piles. So whenever we remove a retaining wall, which is what we're attempting here, we have to put in some stabilization so that the earth doesn't fall away. So we've put in our soldier piles. The next thing we're going to do is drive long nails into it that's going to hold that material back. When that happens, we'll start removing these walls and the sidewalks. We've had issues with our sidewalks. There's actually a hollow chamber under the sidewalks that started to collapse. And so this structure has held up really well for as old as it is. But as we've talked about, it's in dire need of some help, and that's why we're here. As we're going, we've removed some vegetation and some dirt to put in our forms for our concrete work. Once we get the piles in and the soil stabilized, we'll start to remove this wall, and then we will continue this retaining wall all the way to the walk tunnels. So that the superstructure, the part where the trains drive over, is actually in really good shape. And so this project isn't going to do anything inside the structure. We're mainly working on everything on the outside of the structure from the walking tunnels out. We're also doing a few drainage improvements. We're going to be moving our electrical panels up out of a pump room where they can get wet. We're going to have new railings that are going to be safe for the public. We're also going to have a pedestrian bridge that goes over the top from north to south, so you can cross Center Street safely over the top of the cars. This project is a very complicated and in-depth project. It has required a lot of coordination. So we've got the City of Pocatello, the Union Pacific Railroad, Cannon Builders, the contractor, and Civil Science, the inspecting group. So it's taken a lot of organizing and scheduling to make that happen. Some of the challenges that we're running into is for safety concerns of both the workers as well as the train yard. We have certain criteria. When there's a train in a certain proximity, we have to stop work. So if you drive by and you see that no one's working, it's usually because they have to stop while the train's here, and then they'll go work on another section of the project. Some of the other challenges we've had is anyone who's ever dug a hole in historic downtown, there are massive boulders. We showed some pictures last year of our water department excavating boulders that were the size of a minivan. So we've had some challenges when pounding those soldier piles of hitting large boulders. We're happy to say that the soldier piles are in on the west side, and we're going to begin the soil nail process. So we're making progress and moving forward as expected. The city is committed to, and we want to get one lane open to the public whenever we can. We want to be able to get all of this heavy machinery slid over to one side so that we can get the motoring public through. At this stage of the project, as you can see from the equipment sitting here, it's not safe to do that. We are working hard to get that lane to open, but we have to make sure that it's safe to the motoring public as well as the crews that are working on this project. But it's still the city's plan to try and get one lane open as soon as possible.
I want to thank you for your patience as we work toward completion of a newly revitalized underpass. You know, this will serve the community for decades to come. Full completion, it's expected by the end of the year. In the meantime, please spend a few short minutes finding an alternative route and support all the wonderful merchants and activities that take place in historic downtown Pocatello throughout the year.